the vagina monologues. Holy shit. Oh, yeah. Hey, no, seriously, it takes a lot of balls to get up on this stage, all right? You guys can heckle from the seats. It takes a lot of balls to get up on this stage. I was going to do a whole different thing because it was Easter. I was going to tell a bunch of Jesus jokes. But instead, I'm going to go ahead and do some favorites. You guys might know these jokes. All right, here we go. Rufus calls up Tiefus. He says, "Hello, Rufus, why don't you come over and watch a football game?" He said, "I can't. I got me a job." He said, "What'd you say?" He said, "That's what I said. I got me a job. I look good, I dress good, I get paid good, and that gets women." He said, "What you be doing?" He said, "I'm a lion taming the circus." He said, "What'd you say?" He said, "That's what I said. I be a lion taming the circus." He said, "What you gonna do with that big cat coming at you?" He said, "Well, I got me a chair, I got me a whip, and I got me a gun." He said, "If that cat come at me, I just takes the chair and I pokes him with the chair." He said, "What if he knocks that chair out of your hand? What are you gonna do?" He said, "Well then, I take out my whip, and I whips him back." He said, "Well, what if he pulls that whip out your hand? Then what you gonna do?" He said, "Well then, I takes my gun and I shoots him with my gun." He said, "What if that gun don't fire? What if there ain't no bullets in that gun? Then what are you gonna do?" He said, "Well then, I picks up some shits and I rubs him in his eyes." He said, "Well, where you gonna get them shits?" He said, "They gonna be there, brother. They are gonna be there." The other day, there was this nun walking down the street. And all of a sudden, this guy jumps on top of her, starts beating her down, kicks her in the face. Says, "It ain't so tough now, are you, Batman?" Guy gets in the back of a taxi. He tells the taxi driver, says, "Hey, buddy, you got room up there for 2 6-packs and a pizza?" Cab driver says, "Sure." The guy leans forward and goes, "Wow!" Another favorite of mine, nun gets in the back of the taxi, and the cab driver says, "You know," he goes, I hate to tell you this," he goes, "I got to be honest with you, I've always fantasized about having sex with a nun." She says, No, we've heard that before, that's okay." She says, "Are you a Catholic?" And he says, "Well, yes, I am." And she says, "Okay, pull over." He pulls over, she jumps in the front seat, gives him the best blowjob he's ever had. Swallows. That has nothing to do with the joke, I just like to promote that wherever I can. Anyway, they get to driving again, and he says, "You know," he goes, "I feel a little guilty. I'm not really a Catholic." She says, "That's all right. My name's Ralph. I'm going to a costume party." Since we're talking about nuns, I got one more. Nun and a priest are traveling across the desert on a camel. This is true. The camel drops dead of sheer exhaustion. And the nun says, "Father, all my life I've lived in the convent. I've never seen what's between a man's legs. Out here in this desert, we are sure to die. Can you just do me this one favor and show me what's between a man's legs?" And, I mean, the priest is thrilled, right? He can barely get his pants down over his boner. It's like a baby's arm with an apple in its fist. She goes, "Oh my God, Father, what's that?" He says, "This is the root of life." She says, "Well, shove up that camel's ass and we'll get the hell out of here."
Yes!
All right, so 2 guys. Guy says, "Look, all I got is 40 cents. How are we going to get drunk today?" He says, give me the money. This buddy takes the money, goes in the delicatessen. He gets 1 hot dog for 40 cents. Takes his buddy, pulls down the zipper, sticks the hot dog in, zips it up. They walk into the bar. He goes, 2 double Jack Daniels. Bartender sets him up. They slam him down. The bartender says, "All right, guys, you got to pay up." The guy drops to his knees, starts sucking on the hot dog. Bartender's like, "Oh, dang it! Get out of here!"
Sick.
They run out without paying. They did the same thing down the street. 14 bars later. He goes, "Look at that, 40 cents and we're bombed again. But we gotta stop because every time I drop to my knees, I smash him on the floor. I can't take it anymore." He says, "You can't take it anymore. I lost the hot dog after the 2nd bar." Thank you. I'll tell you a true story. I was married and I got divorced, and it was the worst year of my life. The whole marriage. So, but while we were married, she tried to spice up our love life a little bit. She went to this costume shop and bought a Batman costume. Unbeknownst to me, she puts it on. I come home. She jumps out of the closet and she goes, "So soup or pussy? I said, I'll have the soup. Hey, I wasn't feeling it, all right? But I'm sure she was. You know, I'm up here doing comedy, and right now she's probably got more guys shooting into her than a than an Iraqi bunker. All right, everybody. My name is Earl Woodruff. Thank you very much.
Resurrecting the crowd for Easter, Earl Woodruff on deck. It's Lou McElwin.